What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Friday. Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt, where we are having a lot of fun, both on the BettingPros app, on the BettingPros Discord channel, on my own socials. Winning is fun. Another winning day for us. Another play of the day. We're 5-0. We're up over 5 units. 5-0 in the play of the day. For the BettingPros Daily Juice play of the day, that would be Obi Toppin. Points and rebounds, we get that. Neesmith, under 11.5 points, we got that. OKC in the first quarter, we got that. More on the game in a second. Our first WNBA loss of the year. Liberty win, but they do not cover the 13.5 points that we laid. So it's a 3-in-1 day, up 1.9 units. That puts us basically up about 15 units for the year. I went and did some quick math. This NBA season, I do not want the NBA to end. This has been my best NBA year in a long time. We're now 45-28 for NBA plays. That's up 13.7 units. NBA player props is now 57-30. 57-30. We're up 14.7 units, but if you remember, if we had bet full units the whole year, we would be up. We'd be way up if we bet. We just started betting full units recently, like 2 weeks ago. We just started betting full units on the NBA player props. So we're up over 28 units for this NBA season. By far the best NBA year I've had, maybe ever. I don't know. Definitely for this podcast. I mean, for sure. Definitely for the history of the Daily Juice, our 4-year run. This is the best NBA season we've had, but what a game last night for the Indiana Pacers. Congratulations. It's why I stayed away from it. There was just, and this is not like gospel, okay? But this is very tried and true. Did you see that Jay-Z placed $1 million at Fanatics for the series to end in 5 games? I said 5 games. Terrell Furman said 5 games. Everyone said 5 games. When everybody starts saying the same thing in the gambling space, go the other way. This is not going to be a 5-game series. In fact, this thing might go 7 now. That's a monster win. 71% of the time, the team that wins game 1 wins the series. Oklahoma City is already an 11-point favorite in game 2. The books are expecting a massive bounce back from OKC. I don't think that they're wrong about that. I think they're going to see that, but this Indiana team is different. They did this to the Knicks and now to the Thunder on the road in game 1, down by 14 points to the Knicks and down by 15 points to the Thunder. And they don't quit. Where NBA teams take a breath and they relax and they think they have a game in control, Thunder did what the Knicks did. You exhale, you relax. And then Halliburton comes in and hits a shot in your eye to knock you down 1-0 to start the series. For the Knicks, they lost game 2. If the Thunder lose game 2, I don't know. I mean, the public is all over the Pacers. Like the books, this is great for ratings. This is great for the NBA. Adam Silver is tickled pink over this. This is awesome. They want as many games as possible. You have now the MVP down 0-1 in the NBA Finals, and we know that Game 3 in Indiana is going to be insane because the best case scenario was or is on the table now for Indiana to win both games in OKC, but just winning one game is massive. They've taken home court away from the Thunder, which was one of their biggest advantages here in the entire playoffs. I mean, they don't lose at home ever. They win by double digits all the time, and they lost game 1. We got a series. Absolutely, we have a series, and I still think the Thunder win, but it's not going to be in 5 games now. That bet's dead. So everyone was on over last night. What'd I tell you? Okay. Under. Everybody was on OKC, minus 9.5. Whoops. And the books were okay with it. I just kept on seeing people all in the content space. Bet the over, lay the points. Bet the over, lay the points. And I was like, my God, no way. I wanted the first quarter because I could quickly handicap the environment, and they were up nearly double digits after one. It may have been 10 after one. We got there with ease, laying the 3 points. Game 2, different story. It's going to be a battle, absolute battle in Game 2, and the Thunder have their work cut out for them for sure. Today, for the Daily Juice, I've got the Don't Bet Parlays parlay. I'm having fun. It's June. It's boring. Let's bring it back for a couple of weeks for baseball. Gives me something to watch for baseball, so we're going to use that for Major League Baseball. Got a half a unit play. I'm not going to do the complete YOLO 6-1 thing. I actually wanted to fade the bad teams and find bets that I think could cash. I've got that. Game 2 in hockey. I got 2 plays there, and I have a play in the W as well for us. But before we get to the picks and plays, a reminder that we are giving you a shot at a Paul Pierce jersey. Boston Celtics signed Paul Pierce jersey simply for subscribing to the BettingPros YouTube channel and commenting on this very video. Let's see if we can set the record here, okay? So I think we may have just set the record for number of comments at 155. I think that's I think it was a couple days ago. The first time when we had the Paul Pierce jersey came out, it was 155 comments. Let's see if we can beat that and we get more than 155 comments on this video for the Daily Juice, and maybe one of you will be picked to win the Paul Pierce signed jersey just for subscribing to the BettingPros YouTube channel and for leaving a comment here on this very video. Additionally, do not forget about the player prop contest going on right now for the finals. We are giving away a Giannis signed Bucks jersey. Now, he may play somewhere else next year, so that jersey might be worth some money for a signed Antetokounmpo jersey, but make every pick, every round. Grand prize winner will be an Allen Iverson jersey, but the best player prop, and if you played my 2 props last night, you're 2-0 for the start for the NBA Finals. Enter for free on the BettingPros app or bettingpros.com/playoffs to go and attempt to win the signed Giannis Bucks jersey from pristineauction.com and your friends at Betting Pros. Okay, the YOLO parlay. Let's talk baseball here to start. So we're going to baseball, obviously, to search out the bad teams. So let's talk about 3 of them. We're always fading them. The Pirates, the White Sox, and the Rockies. We're going to fade them again. But the numbers are too crazy. We can't bet money line. There's no real value. Phillies are on the road against the Pirates. The Phillies, this season, they are 3-0 straight up against the Pirates. They are also 2-1 on the run line, 8-4, 5-2, and 1-0. Bailey Falter is going for the Pirates. Now, he's not horrible. At home, 2.45 is very respectable. He's 3-1. Opposing batting average of 169. That's very respectable. Just 10 earned runs in 36 and 2/3 innings worth of work. Joe Ross going on the other side for the Phillies here. Phillies, Joe Ross, ERA 4.7, a 1-1 record, 271 batting average, 8 earned runs in 15 1/3 innings worth of work. I don't mind betting the over in this game, but I'm just not betting on the Pirates. You can't bet on the Pirates. They're 14-18. At home this year, and they just are an awful baseball team. It's just they've gotten a little bit better, but they've lost 3 of 4. They lost 8-2 and 3-0 in the losses to the Astros. They beat them 3-0 in the one game that they won. That was the Paul Skeens. That was after the Paul Skeens game. They lost 3-0 with Paul Skeens pitching, and they won 3-0 the next day. But against the Padres, 6-4 and 3-2. So of the 4 games that they have lost, 3-0 on the run line. You pull it back to losing 4 of 6, 3-1, losing or 1-3 on the run line. Phillies run line. That offense is too potent. You've got Harper back. Give me the Phillies on the run line. Leg number 2, another run line. Well, that would be the Rockies, fading them with Sensatella on the mound. Why? Because he's god-awful. Yes, Colorado won a series against the Marlins. Congratulations. They're feeling great. It ends right away. Sencella's got a 7.42 home ERA, a 1-5 record, an opposing batting average of 348, 25 earned runs in 30 and 1/3 innings worth of work. And he's facing the best pitcher for the Mets, and Senga, who has a 6-3 record with a 1.6 ERA. Senga on the road this year, 2.1 ERA, 2-2, opposing batting average of 189. Senga on the road against these Rockies, just faced them at home, beat them 8-2, 6-1. 6 1/3, 2 earned runs. He pitched there. At home against the Dodgers, 3-1 there. Last start on the road was against the Red Sox. He lost the game 3-1 there. But before that, it was at Arizona, 7-1. He pitched 6 innings, 0 earned runs. Run line, Mets. And finally, I can't bet run line with the Royals. I can't do it. I mean, you can do it if you want. You want to feel frisky, go right ahead and bet it with the Royals. But their offense is so anemic, I can't. Seth Lugo going for them, so they should win the game. They've got a good pitcher. Casey's 4-0 straight up this year against the White Sox. Those are all at home. 3-0, 4-3, 2-1, and 10-0. So they're 2-2 on the run line, but they're 4-0 straight up. I don't want to have this whole parlay go down because one team that can't score can't do a run line. So I'm just going to bet money line on Seth Lugo, where on the road, he's got a 4.19 ERA, a 1-2 record, 230 opposing batting average. Not outstanding, but on the road against Tampa, last time out, an 8-2 win. He went 6, 2 earned runs. He lost to the Tigers and to the Yankees in the 2 previous starts on the road for him, but the team's lost 2 games at home with Seth Lugo on the mound. This is one of the better pitchers for the Royals, and the Royals got a shot in the arm. They got Castiglione coming up. They got some offense. They're feeling good about their team at the moment, and they should go to the White Sox and beat them up. They took 2 of 3 from the Cardinals on the road, winning 10-7 and 7-5. In the 3 games, they scored 7, 5, and 10 runs. Who are these guys? The Royals are scoring all of a sudden. So rather than make it dangerous, I'll just do money line on the Royals for the parlay. So it's a plus 390 parlay. Phillies run line, Mets run line, KC money line at plus 390. We're going to chuck a half unit down on that. Bet 2, Florida Edmonton. Look, this is just a zigzag theory, okay? 4-3 final in overtime to win, a 3-1 lead blown, 23 games in the last 2 years. In the last 3 years, it was 31-0 for the Florida Panthers in the playoffs with a 2-goal lead. I think Bobrovsky's going to stand on his head tonight. Money line, Panthers. We're tying this series up. I think the zigzag theory plays out a lot here in this series, and I think that's just how we're going to go. Game 1 to Edmonton, Game 2 to Florida. The handicap's not that great. It's not that, overly in-depth. I just think that's how it's going to wind up going here. Florida money line is plus money. Give me plus 110 on the Panthers to even up their series at 1 game apiece. Now, I have an additional play. I bet this personally. Well, I bet it on my other show on BVB. But I bet this. Sergei Bobrovsky over 24.5 saves. In that game, he had over 40 in Game 1. In Game 2, the books have adjusted a little bit. Make sure you bet including overtime, not 60. FanDuel is now doing it in 60 for saves, which is garbage, okay? Got to include overtime. It's 25.5 at most books. Bobrovsky averaged 33.3 saves per game during the regular season. That was number 2 in the NHL. He is going to face a lot of shots from Edmonton, in particular early. In the 3rd period, it was 10-6 shots, saves for Bobrovsky. Gave up 2 goals in that. But in the 2nd period, it was all Edmonton. Throwing the puck, I think they outshot him. I think it was 14-2 in the 2nd period. It was something along the lines of like 22-6 or 22-8 after the 2nd period. All Edmonton. But Bobrovsky is up for the task. And I think you're going to see a lot of saves. I think you're going to see a lot of shots on net. And I think 25.5 is still too low. I'm surprised it's this low at 25.5. until it gets adjusted, I'm going to keep on betting it. Bobrovsky over 25.5 saves at minus 105. Again, watch out for the in regulation. Don't bet that. Include overtime because this game going to OT won't surprise anybody. I do lean towards the under in game 2. If I had to bet on a game aside, it would be under 6.5. But I think Bob's going to be good. I think the Panthers are going to win. Moneyline Florida. Bob over 25.5 saves at minus 105. Plus money, plus 110 on the Florida Panthers money line to win this series, or even up the series at 1 game apiece. Fourth and final bet to the WNBA we go in the Atlanta-Connecticut game. So you have a Connecticut team that's 1-6 on the year. They're 2-5 against the number, and they just lost in their last game 100-52. Now, we bet New York last night. New York didn't live up to it, but they did beat Indiana. That was without Caitlin Clark, 85-83 in the first game of the road trip. But they lost to the Dallas Wings at home in their last home game, 109-87. They were 4.5-point home dogs, and they got housed. In the game before that at home, up against Vegas, 87-62. They were 14-point dogs there. They still didn't cover. So here they are now as 9-point dogs to an Atlanta team that's 5-2 ATS and 5-2 straight up. In their last 2 games on the road, they were catching 5 at Seattle and catching 2 at LA, and they won both games outright. Against Indiana, they were catching 7, and they won the game outright. They are 3-0 ATS and 3-0 straight up in their last 3 games on the road. Like Atlanta on the road at Mohegan Sun Arena to go in there and keep on beating up on the worst team in the W. That's Connecticut. Atlanta -9 for 1.1 units. So our plays for today on this Friday. The Don't Bet Parlays parlay is Phillies run line, Mets run line, KC money line at plus 390 for a half a unit. Florida Panthers money line at plus 110. Bobrovsky saves over 25.5, including overtime at minus 105. And the Atlanta Dream -9 for 1.1 units on the road at Connecticut. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.